Hello and welcome to another book review video. Now this review is going to be a little bit different because it combines my two loves, that being reading and gaming. I love gaming, I love playing Fallout, Red Dead Redemption, The Elder Scrolls, Stardew Valley, just too many to list really. And my favourite of all of them is Skyrim. It just ranks so much higher than the rest of them. I've spent just under 3,000 hours in game. I like going so far and then starting it all again. And one of the things that I like doing in Skyrim is collecting everything. If it's clay, if it's dirt, if it's sweet rolls that I'm not supposed to have, I will pick the lot up. That includes all the books that are in the game, and there are quite a few. And what I will do, or what I will make my character do, is sit by the fire in their newly purchased house, being Thane of the Hold, and read the books that I've been, swiping left and right. So when I was bought this book as a present years ago, I've read it before, I've never reviewed it, and I've read all the books in the game, and I just had to reread it as a physical copy. Now this is a trilogy of books that Bethesda have put out. It's just perfect for collectors. It is the first book in a trilogy, the volume 2 being Man, Myth and Beast, and volume 3 being The Arcane, which is on my shelf down at the bottom there. But yeah, this is volume 1, the Histories, and I love it. I loved reading this. I love reading the books in the game, so this was just going to be a no-brainer for loving to read this. Now this doesn't have any new books or new stories or new lore in it. It is the books that are in the game. Word for word, exactly. It has some wonderful illustrations in it, but if you're looking for new stories or new lore or new books or anything to do with the Skyrim world, this has nothing that isn't already available for free in the game. So this is the volume 1, the Histories, and in these covers it has most, if not all, of the books that in-game detail the history of Skyrim, but it also touches on the books that have a little bit of the other places that make up Tamriel. So there's bits about Hammerfell, there's bits about Elsewhere, there's bits about the Imperial City. And to this end, this book begins with the brief history of the Empire, which in-game is a 4-book series on exactly that. It has practically bullet-pointed the history of the emperors and empresses of Tamriel and what they got up to in quick short form. And the brief history of the Empire starts with the making or the turning of the Third Era when Tiber Septim ascended to the throne of Tamriel and became the emperor. And it goes on from there, so you've got his descendants, the War of the Red Diamond, which was a civil war for the throne between siblings Sepphoris, Magnus and Potema. We'll come back to her, following their father Pelagius II's death. And after that it's all the way down, all the way to the present day. And we then have the other ones that are included in this, the detailed accounts of Shor, Nerevar, Dagoth for the events that happened at Red Mountain when it erupted, the invasion of Akvia by Emperor Uriel V, the madness of Pelagius III, which in-game is a quest that you can find in Solitude. There's the A Dance in Fire and the Argonian Account series, which follows the journeys of Decimus Scotti for the Imperial accounts to bring those ones into the fold. There's the whole biography of Baron Zaya, which I think is either 7 or 9 books in-game. The Songs of Skyrim, which has every song that the bards in-game sing. It has them all listed here. So you have the Songs of Skyrim, which are listed like here. So you've got Ragnar the Red, the Dragonborn comes, and the 2 different faction songs, so the Age of Aggression or the Age of Oppression. They're all in here. which was a nice detail, I thought. And you have in here, because it is the Histories of Skyrim, you have the descriptions of each of the 9 holds which are in the Skyrim game. That being Whiterun, the Rift, the Reach, Hjalmarch, Hafingar, the Pale, Winterhold, and Eastmarch. I think I got them all. But they have a book about all these 9 holds in individual books of their own, which are in... They're individual books in-game, but they're all together in this, which makes for a really good, quick, fast read. And even in here, you have a brief history of the events that have happened in Morrowind, which is another part of Tamriel, and which you visit in, I think it's the Elder Scrolls 3. So that would be a bit of a nostalgia for those who have played that game. I haven't. I came into the Elder Scrolls world at number 5. I haven't played the other ones. I tried to. I can't get past the graphics. I just can't. I don't have that nostalgia for it, and so I just didn't bother. Now, of all of these, my favourite series in-game and my favourite series in this book is the Wolf Queen series, and it's a set of 8 books, and it's detailed from her as a child, all her political machinations, her duplicitous nature, manipulation, all the way to the events of the Red Diamond, all the way through that and to the end of her life. And I loved it in game. I love it in this book, and some of the illustrations for it are just really, really good. And of course, no history of Skyrim would be complete without the mention of the rise of the Aldmeri Dominion, which, if you've played the game, they're the main antagonists. It's not the civil war between the Imperials and the Stormcloaks, it's them. So you have the detail of their rise to power in Sunset Isle, which was before the events of the Oblivion Crisis, which was the events of the Elder Scrolls 4, and all their machinations that are in Tamriel, which of course culminated in the Great War and the peace treaty signing of the White Gold Concordant, which is the main sort of antagonistic thread that runs through from start to finish of Skyrim. That is the whole bone of contention, the signing of that treaty with the elves. And the last few books that are included in this, of course, you can't have Skyrim without dragons. You, as the main character, you are the Dragonborn, so of course you would have books detailing the Book of the Dragonborn. There's books on Alduin and Akatosh, the whole shebang. Now, I think this is it's a collector's book. If you love the game, it is nice to have. It goes with my little Dragonborn fella in his Daedric armour, and with my little ducky, because I love my little Skyrim ducky. So they will sit up there. They are my little Skyrim duckies. Now, like I said, the illustrations in this are to die for. I mean, look at some of these. You don't get illustrations in the books in the game. Although one thing is different, that is supposed to be an illustration of Windhelm, and it doesn't really look like the city that we get in game. So I don't know if these drawings were made for these books or whether it was concept art for the game when they were designing it. Because you don't enter here, you enter over here, right smack down in front of Candlehearth Hall, and there's like a market here, and that staircase is sort of over there, and there's like a full market, and you can't get up there, and there's like houses. So it's not really a comparison with what Windhelm in the game looks like. So that's why I think it's more like concept art, but it is still beautiful nevertheless. Now, a lot of people will say, well, why bother spending 30 quid on a book where you can read what's in it for free in-game? And yes, you can. And that is a valid criticism. However, those same people that would say, why are you buying a book when it's all in-game, are the same people that have bought the original, the special edition anniversary edition, Skyrim VR, and the new special edition that's come out of like a year or so, or 2 years ago. I can't remember. I lose track. But you keep buying the game. They're going to keep totting them out. And I'm not guiltless. I bought the special edition, and I bought the books, and the duckies, and the pops, and the key rings, and the shirt, which you can't really see, but it's got like the Oblivion, the Nightingale thing on it. So if you haven't realised already, I love the Skyrim game. I can't get enough of it. I like and it's a good companion to have for the game as well, because it has one thing that I love. It has the map. It has the map of Skyrim with all the holes. It doesn't detail, it details the cities and the little villages such as Rorikstead, Riverwood, Ivarstead, Helgen, all the little ones. It doesn't detail all the roads, all the little things that you can find, but there are interactive maps online that you can find that does that, which I use when I'm playing. But I loved it. I like reading this. It's a thing that makes me happy. So if you've read this, please let me know your thoughts on it down below. If you've just read the books in the game, again, let me know what you think of them down below. Do you think that, are they something that you sit down and read in game, or do you just collect them, forget about them, use them to stack your bookshelves in so that everything in your house looks pretty? Let me know in the comments section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, keep reading or keep playing.